Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my weekly Tea Time and a Card. I'm just going to give it a few seconds for everyone to find me. I can see you guys jumping on. I just have one announcement today. Of course, we have the clearance rack that was restocked. And we have some last chance products from the mini catalog that are going to expire on January 4th. On my Facebook page, I just want to let you guys know that are on Facebook, on my Stampin' Ink Designs Facebook group, I have a 10-day Christmas paper crafting challenge. This is just 10 days of you guys loading your Christmas cards that you've made this year. Just a fun activity for the group that I thought I would do. And thanks to all of you guys that have uploaded your cards. I love seeing all of your projects. I also want to show you, I have to grab a big pile of cards here. I want to show you. So my birthday was on November 28th, and because I have the Random Act of Kindness birthday club on Facebook, look at all the cards I received, you guys. I just haven't had time to take pictures of them yet. Now, these are not just from our group. I have some from my team on here and from family. So when I get a minute, I do plan on taking pictures and loading those so you guys will have some more inspiration for projects. So today I am going to be using the Christmas Scottie bundle. Now, just a boo-hoo sad moment. I checked the online store. And because this is one of the bundles that's going to retire, the stamp set is now sold out. But you can still get the punch. So I am using the Christmas Scottie stamp set, the Scottie Dog Punch, the Banners Pick-a-Punch, our gold holly leaves. Now those come in two sizes if you haven't purchased those. They have a little bit of embossing on them. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're really cute. So I'm going to use that on the card. I've gone ahead and done a bunch of bows, and you'll understand why. I didn't want you guys to have to watch me do all this, but you'll understand why in a minute. I have the red rhinestone jewels. And let me see what else. Okay. Inks. I have Versamark, Sweet Sorbet, Shaded Spruce, white embossing powder. So I am doing some embossing tonight. I have the layering circles dies, so it would be number, I would say number 1, 2, 3. This would be number 3 from the largest. The Whimsical Woodland 3D embossing folder, that's the one with all the pretty trees. And then for my layers, I have Shaded Spruce 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So let me just fold that while I have it. Basic white 5 1/4 by 4, and that's the one I'm going to emboss. I'm going to do that right away so I can get rid of the machine. This is the Sweet Sorbet designer paper from the In Color pack, and this is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. A scrap piece of basic white, a scrap piece of soft succulent, and then a banner. I think, let me measure, I think this is 5 inches. 5 inches by 3/4 of an inch wide. And I do have my heat tool that I'll be using. So before I go any further, I'm going to do the embossing just to get rid of that step. So I'm going to insert that in here. Now this is one of the 3D embossing folders. It's a little bit thicker. So I've got my platform and then the gray plate number 4. I'm going to put that through. I have a neat technique that I did with this embossing folder that I'll be showing you guys as well. Not tonight though. Okay, let me dig that out. And you'll see how pretty those trees, and it's beautiful on both sides. This would be the debossed side where the bumps are pushed downwards, and this is the embossed side where the bumps are pushed upwards. I'm going to go ahead and glue that to my card base. Now whenever there's bumps like this, I like to use the liquid glue. To me, it just glues better. I'm going to place that on the front. And I'm just going to flip that over so I can press down on it. So that's all set to go. Okay, now I'll show you the card. And I got this idea from the online store, Stampin' Up's online store. Even though we have great ideas in the catalog to follow, if you click, like if you go, well, this is sold out. So if you go look up the punch in the online store, just find this, you'll see some little thumbnails of images of projects. I didn't copy this card from that, but I copied the idea of what I'm going to show you. So I have this cute little wreath that's made with bows. That's why I have all these bows here. And I can't remember, I got to count for you. I think there's 16 or 17. 16 would make sense because I think I went like 4 and 4 and then I filled in. And you'll notice that they go in opposite directions. So these are sitting this way. The one next to it is sitting this way. So you kind of just alternate. And that's where the circle die comes in. I don't use this to cut anything. What I did is I placed this on my designer paper and I used that as the guide so that my wreath would be perfectly round. But look how pretty that is. It's raised with the mini dimensionals and then I added the gold holly leaves. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me count how many of these I have. Let's see, 6, 8, 9. Now when using, if you have this punch, it's easier to punch going this way rather than this way. Because what happens if you stamp, I'm just going to show you what happens. If you stamp a whole bunch of these in line like this, when you go to put your punch in, it's going to snip some of this one off. So you almost can only get every other one. Okay, so how many did I say I had? 9, right? So let me do shaded spruce ink, and here's the bow tie. So I'm just going to do a bunch of those above each other. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think it's 16 that I need. So at least I have a little bit more than half done, so you don't have to watch me do that. So we're going to go ahead and cut. And as you cut the next one up, it knocks off the bottom of the cardstock so it's not in the way. That's another tip that I liked. Sometimes when we punch this way, we have to stop and use our scissors to cut the cardstock that's in the way, but this automatically cuts it off for you. So if you missed out on the stamp set, you can still get the punch. You just would not have the bow image to stamp like this. But you know, when I made this card, the stamp set was not sold out. But I wanted to, I know a lot of you guys bought it, so that's why I still wanted to show this to you. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my paper piercer. Now I find with the mini dimensionals, it works so much better by picking them up this way. Look how much quicker that is. So I got mini dimensionals on every single bow. I hope I counted that right. Okay, so there's all my bows. The next step, we're going to add the designer paper. And let me bring my pad. And what I did is I stamped some of the snowflake images in the corners with the sweet sorbet ink. And I am using a different pattern this time. So I'm doing tone on tone stamping. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for that. Next, I'm going to get my little dog ready. Now, I'm going to use a technique. I know some of you guys have probably seen this. Let me make sure I got enough room on my black. I think I do. Yes. Okay, so this is called the kissing technique. I don't know if you noticed, there's a pattern on our dog and it's embossed. It's white and shiny. I'm going to use this little image. I'm going to turn it facing up. And what I'm going to do is ink. We're going to call this the rug. This is the dog's bed or the dog's rug with Versamark ink. And I'm going to take the dog and I'm going to press him on that pattern. You won't be able to see it. And I'm going to stamp that on the basic black layer. Now I'm going to bring in the white ink. It's going to be just like magic, because we're not actually inking the dog straight up. We're actually inking the pattern. Look how neat that is. Now I'm going to bring in my heat tool. I can grab it over here. I'm going to have to go left-handed on this one. This is as far as I can go. So we're going to melt the powder. So if you've never done the kissing technique, it's just kissing the stamp image with another stamp image that has a pattern on it. Okay, that's all set. So now I'm going to bring in the punch and cut out my cute little dog. You know what? I'm having a hard time getting that in there. Let me cut off these little nasty pieces here. So you could actually do this without embossing it by doing a colored ink. Okay, next I'm going to add some bling. I'm going to use the red jewels. I'm going to give him a cute little shiny collar. On the sample online, they actually used a bow with the same bow and they put that on the dog. But I thought I wanted him to have some shiny bling. Isn't that cute? Okay, we got that done. The last piece is the sentiment. And that's going to be with Shaded Spruce ink. I'm just getting all my pieces ready. Oops, I need more ink. I'm going to stamp that right in the center. Just like that. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I have this folded, so it gives it a 3D look. I'm going to bring in my scoring tool. Actually, first I'm going to do the Banners Pick-a-Punch. I'm going to do both ends. Now I'm going to bring in the scoring tool. I'm not even measuring, you guys. I'm just going as close to the lettering. We're going to do 1/4 of an inch, so 2 score lines. I'm going to move that over, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'll show it to you close up. So you can see I have 2 score lines. I'm going to fold the one closest to the sentiment this way. And then I'm going to bring the other one back, and that gives me my little banner shape. Okay, so you can see how that's going to sit. And to glue that in place when I'm ready, I'm just going to add a dimensional right underneath where it's going to fold. And that way when it folds over, it's going to actually glue to those dimensionals. I'm going to add one in the middle. Okay, now we are ready to assemble all the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead, put this right in the middle. I can flip it over actually, so I don't cut myself. And I'm going to start right at the top, and I'm actually leaning right there against the ring. I'm going to do it over here, same thing. Now I won't be able to do this on all 4 because my circle will be caught. There's number 3. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put this on top. And there's my fourth one. And then I added another one all the way around, going by the center of each side. So you can see how the circle helps you create that circular pattern. So look how easy this is. I'm just going to do one more and then I'll remove that circle to do the other ones. Okay, so there's the beginnings of my wreath. Now we're going to lay these in the opposite direction and they're going to go on top. I think it was 16 that I needed. Doesn't that make the cutest wreath? And you don't have to do a Christmas one. You could do a purple one for Easter. You could do any color. One more. Okay, there's my wreath. Look how cute, and look at the height on that. Now we're going to add the little Scottie dog. Lots of dimensionals tonight. I think I need to move that one over just a tad. Okay, and the dog's going to go about, we're going to say about here. Oh, I'm going to add my holly leaves. Now, I use mini glue dots for those. It just makes it so easy. You know what? No, I tuck those after. I have to think. I made this card like 2 weeks ago. Okay, here's where I said I would press this right into the dimensional. So that holds it in place. And then we're going to push that down. So there's my banner. Now we're going to add our little holly leaves. The glue dots just make it so easy to just tuck, to glue and tuck. I'm going to spill these out so I can get some small ones. I really hate these glue dots. They're on the wrong side and it drives me crazy. I bought these quite a while back and I'm hoping that's been fixed. It's just backwards. Have any of you guys bought any glue dots lately? Then let me know if they're the right way. I just hate doing it this way. It's just awkward. Okay, we're going to put 2 there. Let's see if anybody answered. Oh, I can't see you guys tonight. I know you're there. I just can't see any comments. Okay, we're going to add one last cluster of 2. So there is a lot of little pieces to this, but whoops. I can't talk and do this at the same time. Okay, there's the panel is all complete. Now we're going to add dimensionals and glue that to the front and we'll be done. So for those of you guys that did buy this, I hope you'll give this little technique, the kissing technique, and then making the bow with the wreath with all those bows. And we're just going to put that right in the center. And you could actually, no, the trees would be upside down. I say you could turn the card this way, but I would have had to emboss the opposite direction. Okay, there's my card, you guys, all done. You can see the 2 different patterns of designer paper. They both look awesome. I will draw a name tomorrow on Facebook, anybody that comments. And I hope you liked my card for tonight. Oh, you guys are noticing my M&Ms. My M&Ms are back. I had run out for a while. You can see that I ate some because this was full last week. Thanks so much, you guys. I hope to see you again next week. Have a good week. Bye-bye.